you noticed recently that the new CPAP masks that hit the market have had smaller and smaller cushions? I'm talking about masks like the Fisher & Paykel's Nova Micro and Solo, the Bleep Eclipse, and ResMed's AirTouch N30i. Well, this is a trend that's here to stay, because there are just too many benefits to having a minimalist mask in terms of comfort for this not to be the way of the future. But these designs can also leave people feeling frustrated because they find that the smaller cushions end up leaking a lot more than the bigger styles that we've become used to. Well, if that's you, then I have some good news. Most of the leak issues with these minimalist masks are not because of the mask itself, but because of how you're putting them on and adjusting them. The smaller masks can have just as good seal as bigger styles, but they're less forgiving of errors in putting them on and adjusting them. So in this video, I'm going to explain how you should be putting these minimalist masks on, how to properly adjust them, and a bit about how to troubleshoot them if you're still getting those pesky leaks. I'll then end by going over 4 popular minimalist masks and tips on how to get the best fit for each one. And many of those tips apply as best practices for other masks as well, so stay tuned for those. Well, hi, I'm Ruben from RespShop, your one-stop shop for everything CPAP. Since 2008, we've been trusted by over 1 million customers, and we like to make our CPAP expertise freely available for everyone, which is what this YouTube channel and our Facebook and Instagram accounts are about. So for the good of CPAP, consider subscribing. Thanks very much. Okay, let's start with some general advice that applies to all the masks that I'm going to talk about today, except the Eclipse, which is a bit special, and I'll talk more about that one later. But for all the others, they come with different cushion sizes. So if you find one of these sizes causes leaks even after making all the adjustments we suggest, then you should try one of the other cushion sizes to make sure that you have the right one for your shape of nose. The right cushion size should feel comfortable and seal well without being overly tight. ResMed has a mask fit sizing guide that you can download on RespShop.com, or many masks have the option to buy a fit pack, which includes all of the possible cushion sizes, so you can find the one that fits perfectly for you with a little trial and error, and then just buy that size of cushion from then on. But most importantly, be aware that adjusting your mask to prevent leakage is not a matter of tightening until the leak stops. Over-tightening causes as much leakage as under-tightening, and it also makes things less comfortable and will leave red marks on your skin in the morning. Not good. So here's the best way to make sure that you have the right tightness of mask before you go to sleep. There's a couple of different ways to do this, and it depends if you're looking to really dial in your perfect tightness in your mask, or you're just after something good enough. The easiest way to do this is by using the mask fit test on your CPAP machine, as long as this is a feature that your unit has, of course. Turn on your CPAP machine with the mask fitted comfortably but loosely, and then select the mask fit test. When you start the test, the machine will give you a simple indicator whether the fit is good or bad. Simple. But what if you don't have a mask fit test on your machine? Or if you want to really dial in that perfect tightness more accurately than the pretty generic result that the mask fit test gives you? Well, for that, you'll need to go into your device's clinical menu for 2 things. 1, to temporarily turn off any ramp feature that you might have active, and 2, to adjust the pressure settings. I won't walk through the whole process of how to do that on this video because it's a bit different for every machine, but I've left links in the description below that will show you how to do those 2 things for your machine. Just make sure that you write down your prescribed pressure settings and ramp settings before you make any adjustments, so you can change them back when you're done. There's no undo button on CPAP machines. Once you have ramp turned off and your pressure set to the minimum of your range, put the mask on very loosely and turn on the machine. Move your head around fairly vigorously to mimic night movement. Don't overdo it, of course. We don't want to send you to the doctor for a cricked neck. If you're experiencing any leaks while doing this, which you should be able to either feel or hear quite easily, then slightly tighten your mask straps evenly on both sides and do it again. Keep going until you reach the tightness where there are no leaks. Then adjust your pressure to the maximum setting of your range and do the same movements. If you're getting leaks now, then back off the straps a little until the leaking stops. If it seems odd to you that you would adjust the mask at a lower pressure until there are no leaks, and then you got leaks when the pressure was high, well, that's because the tendency is to over-tighten CPAP masks. But often, a little looser is a better way to solve leaks. That's because, especially with these more modern minimalist style masks where the pressure ramps up, the ballooning silicone cushion will then expand and wrinkle against your skin, causing leaks. And once you've got the tightness perfectly dialed in, I suggest making small marks where the straps end on themselves so you can replicate the same fitting in future without going through the same process again. And if you need to remove your mask in the night, most masks have a way to do that without having to undo the straps. So that's the general advice for the headgear on these minimalist masks. Here's some more specific advice for particular mask types. With the Fisher & Paykel Nova Micro, you should check that you've assembled your mask correctly. The cushion should hook over the lower corners of the frame and the cushion tab should be facing upward. Also, the writing on the side of the headgear should be upright and readable when it's worn, not upside down. When putting the mask on, first place the cushion under your nose, ensuring that the pillows sit comfortably inside your nostrils. Don't force them deeply, just let them settle in there snugly. Next, with the cushion in place, pull the headgear up and over your head and rest them over your crown, which is the top back part of your head. Make sure that the straps are placed apart to give your mask stability. The upper strap will go over the top back part of your head and the lower strap should sit roughly in line with the top of your ears. The Micro can then be adjusted using 2 adjustment straps at the side. As I said before, start with it a little loose and then gradually tighten in small steps with your machine on, perhaps running a mask leak test for best results. It may also be worth trying to reposition the cushion to re-engage the pillows with your nostrils to get a snug seal if it seems to be the engagement of the pillows that's the problem. Now, if you do need to remove your mask during the night, pull the cushion away from your nose and lift it off over your head. And remember to put it back on cushion first when you get back to bed, as we just suggested. Okay, so that's the Micro. What about the Fisher & Paykel Solo mask? Well, this one is almost the complete opposite in how you should put it on. For this one, start by putting the headgear on over the back of your head before pulling the cushion down over your face and under your nose. Next, spread the straps of the headgear apart so that the orange strap goes over the top of your head. This mask has no strap adjustments. Instead, it has an ingenious system of locks and releases that work along the straps automatically. So once the cushion is roughly in place, it should be slowly adjusted by slightly pressing into various areas where the leaks are coming from. For example, if leaks are coming from your right nostril, then you should slightly press that side of the cushion in a bit, and the cushion will lock into place more tightly. To reset the cushion position against your nose, pull the cushion away from your face, reposition, and start the small adjustments again. Since the Solo has fewer adjustment points, getting the correct cushion size is even more important for this mask. And don't be afraid to pull the cushion away from your nose and restart the adjustment process if you need to. It's quick, intuitive, and easy to do. Now, with ResMed's AirTouch N30i, you should put the headgear on with the top of head connection point at the top center of your head, ensuring that the strap at the back of your head isn't twisted. Next, move the cradle cushion into place under your nose. Because it's a cradle, it won't go into your nostrils, but it should follow the base of your nose, and the holes in the cushion should be in line with your nostrils and be covered by them. The cradle should be comfortable and feel snug, but not tight, and it should be easy to pull away from your nose. Now, run the machine's mask fit test or use the manual method I already explained. The mask can be tightened or loosened by pulling the tabs on the side straps away from the fabric sleeve and reattached further back or forward as required. Do this in small steps to get the best seal possible with the loosest fit. The cushion shouldn't be pushing up on your nose, just sitting under your nose comfortably. If there's air leakage coming from the top of the cushion going towards the bridge of your nose, you may need to adjust the cushion position to correct it. Also, if you have long hair, ResMed recommend having your hair flow over the top of the back strap and not under it. If it's under the strap, it reduces the grip the strap has on your head, which can cause leak issues as well. So put the mask on with the back strap going under your hair and let your hair either hang over top of it, put it up in a ponytail, or whatever is most comfortable for you. God, I'm jealous. But what about the Bleep Eclipse? Well, if you haven't seen this truly different mask yet, then you're missing something pretty innovative. No headgear, just a tiny cushion and a tube which attaches via magnets to 2 metal rings that you stick to your nose first. Nothing goes up your nostrils and nothing goes around your head either, so there are no straps to tighten or adjust. Brilliant! The magnet's hold on the ring is very secure, so any leak issues that you might get with this mask will be down to the way that you're attaching the metal rings, or what Bleep calls halos, to your face. If the rings are not securely stuck, then leakage can occur through the adhesive fabric. Or maybe you just move an awful lot in the night, in which case this mask might not be for you. To avoid leaks with these, make sure that the skin around the base of your nose is thoroughly cleaned with witch hazel or isopropyl alcohol. Oily skin interferes with the adhesives on the halos. Don't use soaps, makeup remover, or other kinds of cleansers, as these leave moisturizer on your skin which negatively affects the seal. Pat dry afterwards. Now if you have a moustache, the hairs closest to your nostrils will need to be trimmed, as the adhesive cannot stick to facial hair or stubble. A narrow strip for sealing should be sufficient. You don't need to completely shave it off, just give enough room for the adhesive to attach. And once your skin is prepared, align the halo metal rings over the center of your nostril, and then press the tape onto your skin so that it forms a strong bond. Smooth it out, starting from the ring. It's fine for the tape to cross the septum, the bit of skin between your nostrils, but it shouldn't go over the metal ring on the other nostril. If you find that the tape is too large or that there is too much overlap across the septum, then trim the halos with a pair of scissors first while it's still on the paper sheets. Fresh halos need to be worn every night, and you should soon find that you get to know your own nose and the shape and size of the tape that you require to get a good seal. With the halos on, you can just clip the mask to the metal halos using the magnets. No further adjustments are needed. These are a few of the minimalist masks currently available, and we think that this will be the new normal for masks going forward. So far, these masks haven't managed to hit perfection, otherwise I wouldn't be making this video. But by following this advice and with a little perseverance, it's usually possible to get them working as required and enjoy all the benefits that the minimalist mask brings. As technology continues to improve and as companies like Fisher & Paykel try to break into the market more by innovating smaller mask styles, we are bound to see improvements in seal for minimalist mask designs. At RespShop, we welcome this much needed competition and innovation. Smaller, better sealing masks are what we all want to make CPAP therapy less intrusive and uncomfortable. But until then, following these tips for improving seal with these masks will no doubt help you to avoid leaks and, as always, to sleep tight. Until next time.